Why wouldn't you want Windows 11 ads? Doesn't everybody want to know about Windows 11? Isn't that literally the best possible thing? Isn't that literally the best? Huh. Camera doesn't even have the dynamic range to resolve the lamp power in the background. So bad. Is Windows 11's way of delivering value to the people? I don't know what Microsoft considers value, so it's hard for me to say anything about that. So I actually think that while people are streaming into the stream, I'm going to try to do some Linux things. Come on, man. No. I gotta fix this at some point. It finds goofball files. That Emacs writes out. You thought this was a Windows 11 stream. We could install Windows 11 on the Steam Deck. Why does Emacs decide to do these sometimes, but only sometimes? And then I delete them for like that month. Wait, really? Oh, it's .hash. Like, it's not listed though. Hope that works. Hope that doesn't delete all files on the disk. Updated software is available for my Ubuntu machine. No. How do I install Clang? Okay, the very first thing you have to do on a Ubuntu machine is type sudo su, so that you don't have to bullshit. Okay, we're installing Clang 9 because that was what was on the web page. I don't know if that's recent. I think just sue is enough. No, it won't. It won't let you sue. Sometimes. Also, you need to know the actual root password to use sue. But if you sudo sue, you just need to know your own password. It's awesome. Wasn't that just the wrong dir in the Explorer? No, that was a garbage file. Do I make sure everyone on my team uses the same version of a compiler? Well, we mostly use the compiler for our own language. So everybody's just getting the newest update of that at all times, pretty much. All right. Oh, I should have done Clang 11 anyway. Let me just do Clang 11 instead of 9. And then I get to figure out all the fun stuff about how to make that the actual default compiler. Because that's enjoyable. Clang 12. Well, 12 is higher than 11, but is that better? I mean, and are the numbers synced with LLVM? Because LLVM started turning to complete shit sometime after 11. So I'm scared of anything more than 11. Etc. Alternative C++. That goes to user bin G++. User bin Clang 11. No, not Clag++. Okay. So we're going to say sudo update. Oh, no sudo because we're there. Update alternatives. I love how like every single script kiddie Linux website just says sudo before every command. And nobody even really understands what that does. Like, and there's this update alternatives command that is as much or more work as just replacing the symlink. Which is weird. All right. What changed with LVM after 11? It got a lot slower. It's running a lot more optimization passes that often have the effect of randomizing your code and making it slower. And it's got more code gen bugs. People are filing code gen bugs on it nonstop, from what I heard. All right, we are now attempting to build the compiler on this machine, which I haven't successfully done in months. Let's go talk about what I'm going to try to do. We had a good person, a fine contributor from the beta community, add drag and drop to our input module, which is like our super version, simple version of something that's like SDL, except not a pain in the ass, right? So when we go to our getRect example, right? Now, we've got a drag drop files will appear here. And if I go here and I take all these documentation files and I drag, then we get all those. So that's cool. And that works fine on Windows. It does not yet work on Ubuntu. So I want to make that work on Ubuntu. Okay, the getRect example works. It says drag drop files will appear here, but I bet you when I drag some files, nothing happens. So now I get to figure that out. And, you know, in we have this drag and drop files event. And when you get a WM drop files, I actually need to fucking look at this because there's a 512 in this. Let's look at that for a second. Because that's, you know, it was code someone sent in, and I already rewrote the client side, but this part, drag query file W. The size of the LPSE file buffer. Okay. So this, I think this works if this is 0, right? So I don't know why that was 512. Drag, boom. Okay, great. So we got rid of a but constant. So now we say, here's, okay, it's this standard Windows thing of like, tell me how much space you need for the string. Now we'll allocate it. We'll get it in UTF-16. Of course, as of Windows 11, we could say query file A, but that's not really backwards compatible, SAG. And then this, oh, this is temporary allocator. Okay, great. And then we do drag finish. And then we send this event. It's the length of the file name. No, because we don't, that's only if this buffer is non-null. If the buffer is non-null, it says how long the buffer is. If the buffer is null, then it tells you the number, and then we call it again with that actual count. Not counting the trailing 0. All right. So we want to know how to do this on Ubuntu. Drag and drop in C for Windows and Linux. Stack Overflow, our favorite website. Like to implement drag and drop files in my C programming which runs on Windows and Linux. Does it have to be C? What a wonderful answer. Drag and drop. Q drag enter event. What the fuck? Oh, event which is sent to a widget when a drag and drop action enters it. Okay, let me even look in our Ubuntu. Is that cultural appropriation? Calling your operating system Ubuntu? I guess the company's from South Africa, right? But it's owned by a white dude, so that's like the ultimate. What the fuck does Canonical even do anymore? Okay, so we have an X11. Okay, so we're literally doing xlib. So xlib drag and drop example. xd&d. I remember doing this shit like a really long time ago. Commercial quality applications. Is this what I would use? What would I even use? I don't care about any of this. What's the API? I said xdnd enter message, and Google tells me an excellent deep tissue CMT. 3 energies, massage and body work. Google really wants me to get a massage. for motif 2. Oh my god, I don't want motif 2. I just want a thing that tells me how it looks. This might be that. What the fuck is all this shit? Is this user stuff? Is this... What am I looking at? Oh my god. I can't. No wonder nobody's able to program open source. Like, just fucking tell me the... Why is this so hard? Client message of XDND enter. Right, that's what I was trying to look up. Okay. Update. Okay, so pending. Key press, selection request. Case. XDND enter. And I guess there's an XDND position. XDND status. Why are there so many messages? Drag and drop stuff. XDND. Leave. Let's see if we even have those constants, which we may not. We do not have them. So I need to define the bindings for all these. Okay, so like... I just want the header file. Where? Tell me the enums. This is just a copy paste of the other thing. Atoms and properties. Technical detail. Tell me the fucking things. Like, I just want to type some simple code. XDND enter. Tell me where this is. Tell me the header file. Tell me anything. Like, no, the internet isn't made for people who program anymore. Like, you just can't actually... Okay, how about if I search for a known one? X11 client message 33, which is the enum. Client message. Okay, here we go. Wonderful documentation. XD, there's no drag and drop. Holy shit, dude. Oh, this is a Rust thing. Why am I looking up Rust X11 API? Guys, programming is over at this point, I'm pretty sure. Okay, client message. There's no D&D here either. This is X11R 7.7. Where's the thing that says 33? There was a 33 in the search result. Hangul end. Arabic letter. Predefined atoms. Not the same ones. Grab key. Client message. Here we go. Okay. These correspond to the numbers that we already have. So this is actual technical information that we have found. We have found the event enums. However, there's not going to be any drag and drop in here. No D&D in the whole thing because it's X11R7. XDND is a hairball. Yeah, but fuck. It should be 10 minutes for me to type this in. This is why nobody can do anything anymore. Okay. Header file for XDND. What file is it? Include. Where is it? Definitions. Okay, not technical definitions. Okay, this is that same file that we saw that was a disaster. Specifications. That's the super parent. Need to use some sort of weird get atom API. Are you kidding me? There was a thing that did a get atom, but I assumed that that would not be actually necessary. Oh, this is the source we were just looking at. This can't be right. This cannot possibly... I mean, maybe it is. Okay, you know what? we actually have a bunch of xintern atom bullshit already for clipboard stuff. So I guess we are going to do that here too. I guess this is what you do. All right, you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm on the Linux machine. I am typing a bunch of xintern atom for the display. xdnd, enter, false. All right, enter. We're just going to do a bunch. Enter position. Enter status. Enter type list. Enter action copy. Enter drop. Enter leave. Enter finished. Enter selection. Okay, so I have basically done all these. I will define the variables now. Okay, see what happens there. Undeclared identifier xdnd enter still. I don't understand why. All right. I'm sitting down low here, so let's track me on the camera. There we go. Like, how complicated can you guys make this shit? Such that an example program doesn't even dare to be a full drag and drop implementation. Like, what are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? Okay, this is an entire file to convert the enum to a string. Thank God it's MIT licensed. Okay, so your program has to manually do all this shit if it wants to drag and drop, is what I'm hearing. No wonder none of this stuff ever works. Of course, if we're only receiving drag and drop, we don't need to worry about that. This guy doesn't... Oh, here we go. Are you kidding me? Like, programs have to do this? Maybe I'm just gonna punt on this tonight. Maybe I'll just start it. All right, I see the problem. This is just demoralizing. Whenever I see code like this, it just makes me want to quit. Like, No, we're not baking this into the language. That would be absurd. We're making a user level library. Yeah, I mean, maybe if drag and drop just doesn't work on Linux, we just don't do it, right? If it doesn't work anyway. Let's do a sample program in the sane universe of, look how many web pages I opened to try to even look this up. So that kind of answers also, why is it so hard to find concise information? And the answer is because nobody understands it. And or nobody wants to deal with it because it's a huge disaster. That's why. Okay. While typing in the Linux code, I found a weird thing that I want to fix. So I've got A is a U64, B is a U64. Now this, of course, won't compile because the types are wrong. Okay, however, I should be able to do this, and I can't right now. Now these are constant, but this check is a little bit erroneous. So we can deliver this value to the people. Really? I don't understand why that's not coming out. Let's take a look at that. Like whenever you see insanity, like all that drag and drop stuff, you've got to be like, okay, the line must be drawn here. We're just going to take the things that we're in control of and make them better than that drag and drop bullshit. Sometimes that's all you can really do. All right. Do they hash event names? I mean, probably they just know what the number is. Like all this X intern Atom crap, you don't actually have to do because everybody actually agrees on what the numbers are. Also, it's probably got some other prefix than XDND, right? Okay. Why is this cast not frickin' constant? This is very weird. Let's just see what happens. This is definitely supposed to be a constant. Oh, wait, no, it's not a constant. I'm stupid, guys. Those are runtime values. So my brain was thinking, oh, it's a constant because of course it's a constant, right? But actually it's not. Let me go back to this atom negotiation thing, by the way. Atom is officially U64, but all these XDND events are on tags, message tags that are S32. So either we need to fix this or, okay, let's just go, what was Atom? I'm just going to change all these to S32s. And over here, we're going to go all right. That's just how I'm going to solve that for right now. So, and again, it's stupid because okay. So all the DND stuff isn't even a top level. That's why it's not in that enum. Oh shit, right. It's in client message. It's in client message. All right. Never mind. I take back what I just did. You guys can't see any of this, but okay. Because the values are not constant, so this can't be a switch, except, come on guys, every single implementation of X11 in the universe is going to agree on these values. Why are we pretending they are not constant? How about if we just look them up once and then hard code them into this program? We'd save startup time. I mean, seriously, right? Nobody is actually dynamically assigning these atom values, actually. Right? Or are they? That would be even more insane. XDND enter. XDND bunch of things. XDND status type list action copy drop leave finished selection proxy. Okay, so that's insane. Okay. Atoms are created by clients at runtime. Yeah, but in reality, it's just going to return a hard-coded constant, right? X11 is designed as a network protocol, but I mean, that doesn't matter. Saying it's a network protocol does not excuse anything. It's just they have a very mistaken idea of what a protocol should be. Don't think you can hard code them. No, I mean, what the API is versus what actually happens in reality are two different things. Yeah. Anyway. I could just print for a second. Like, do I get these messages or do I have to say something to start getting these messages? If this print fires that you can't see, I might actually continue. The print did not fire. Do you have to like say that you can handle drag and drop? Or is this how you say that? Define type atoms we will accept for file drop. Yeah, I assumed that the first message I would see was xdnd enter, but maybe that's not it. So why don't I do this? I'm just going to print the message index, and we'll see what happens. Literally nothing printed. So I think you probably have to tell it something. Like when they start the window, they create the window, they select input, DND aware right there. Okay, so this doesn't even use exchange property. X change property on the display, the window. Do we have to have created, like opened the window? No. Do we have to? No, this is before the map. Window, xdnd aware, which isn't defined, xa atom, 32 prop mode replace, xdnd version 1. All right, so all these things. Okay, so what's xdnd aware? It's an atom, and we have to create it. Is this inside a locked display or not? X open display, but not locked. All right. Dude, this is so crappy. I forgot how bad X Windows was. I guess I didn't know at the time, like in college, when I did a bunch of Xlib stuff. I just didn't know how stupid this was because my brain hadn't formed yet. So I just did stuff like this, and I kind of knew how to do it. And, you know, now that I'm an adult with a fully formed brain, I know how stupid this is. All right. Let's see what happens now. You know, I could see if we can stream from the Linux. Okay, still, I'm literally shaking right now because this code did nothing. So let me write out, I'm going to print out the version that we get. What's a good streaming client from the Ubuntu? Version 0. It's saying version 0. I don't know what to say about that. Oh, I guess I need to set my current. I bet this thing sets it. I assumed that that was a query variable. XDND protocol version. All right. What's the current version? Let's say 5. OBS works. All right. Because I also wanted to install Urbit today. Guys, I got client messages, finally. However, I guess they are arbitrary big-sized atoms because the message is 566-27450. Windows 11 is here. Let me see if I can do OBS. I'm gonna have to like do my client key off Twitch and all this shit, but that's fine. All right. Let's see. Download OBS Studio for the Penguin. I'm clicking on the Penguin. It says first FFmpeg. Okay. Not FFmpeg. Delete one of those E's. And then it says, gives me this giant command line that involves adding a repository. And of course it has sudo in front of every line because nobody understands the difference between a command and how you run it. All right, now they just added a bunch of repositories, so now I'm going to get pwned. I'm going to get pwned by North Korea. All right, it's still installing things for a year. Okay. OBS. Optimize for streaming, please. Connect account. What is my Twitch password? Oh. Let's try that one. No, that password's incorrect. That password's incorrect. That's incorrect. Got it on the no, that wasn't right either. Forgot my password. Here, have my email. Send my password reset link. They're saying checking that you're not a bot, which is offensive to me. One, two, three, four, five. What a good password. Let's see if I remember my email password. Dude, I'm going to hit like the age of like 65 when my memory is not so good anymore. And then I'm going to forget I'm going to forget one of my passwords and then nothing will be recoverable anymore. All right, I'm never going to remember that password. Okay. Token by SMS. I hope you guys appreciate everything I'm going through just to stream from the Linux box. I have not received. Oh, wait. It wants me to explicitly. There we go. Okay, I have connected. It is now executing a set of tests to estimate the ideal settings. Okay. It says it's 100% done with the bandwidth test, but it is not then letting me do anything. Failed to connect to any servers. Okay, guys. I think it's because I'm streaming. So let me shut down the stream for a second and we'll see what happens. Like, I think this client isn't smart enough to know. So I'll be back either on this computer or maybe on the other computer in just a little bit.